Hi guys, as promised, this is part 2 of the Clinique unboxing. I decided to go through and kind of just do first impressions. I limited the products down, but I used like a cleanser, a moisturizer, a mask, the Clarisonic. I went through and tried to get at least one of everything and limit it down into a skincare routine that I'm going to follow through with. So the first thing I want to talk about is the cleanser I chose to use. I mixed 2 of them. I took the liquid facial soap mild cleanser that is for dry skin, and then I took the 7-day scrub cream. I know that taking a scrub cream and using it with a Clarisonic might be a little bit rough on the skin, but that's why I did more liquid facial soap than the scrub. Using a Clarisonic is something that I think I'm going to do 2 times a week. I usually would exfoliate my skin 2 to 3 times a week, but since this is more intense, I don't want to take all the oils out of my skin. But getting to the Clarisonic, it's so simple. You plug it in, it has a little base, and the Clarisonic sits right inside, and there's a little button right here that turns it on and off. There's a protective cover, so after I went through and I cleaned it, I covered it right up. There's holes in it so that it's breathable. But it's so simple. First of all, when I got it, it was already charged. It stayed charged, but I did plug it in. I did leave it on until it would die so that I would see how long it took to charge. And I would say maybe it took like an hour. I wasn't paying too close attention, but the next time I looked at it, the button, there's a little light here, it'll turn red when it's dead, and then when it's green, it's fully charged. The next time I looked, the button was charged. So my first experience with the Clarisonic, okay, it wasn't what I expected. I don't know why I thought all Clarisonics worked by like maybe spinning or, I don't know, more motion on the brush. This one, it just, you can hear it, but it just vibrates. But when you put it on the skin, there is a little bit of bounce. And because I was using circular motions on my skin, it definitely was a deeper, like it was definitely a deeper clean. That's like, that's for sure. I did like it. I think that how do I put this? I think that if I use it too much, if I get too excited and I use it too much, it will definitely dry the living poop out of my skin because I have dry skin. But when I build up those layers and I want to get them off, instead of going through and like taking my hand and really exfoliating, this does the trick, and it literally took maybe 2 minutes to get all of my face makeup off. As for the cleansers, I can't say anything too notable about them yet. However, for an everyday routine, I will definitely be using the liquid facial soap in mild dried combination skin. This is going to be the cleanser that I followed through with in this skincare routine going forward. So that's an everyday usage. Clarisonic 2 times a week. With the exfoliant will be, I'm only going to use the exfoliant when I use the Clarisonic. What did I do next? Alright. So then I took my face makeup. After I took my face makeup off, I used the Take the Day Off makeup remover for lids, lashes, and lips. And this is something that I've always used. This is not new to me. But this is good for liner, lashes, exactly what I just said. And I just took this and I massaged my lashes very lightly. I'm such a lash fanatic, and my eyebrows, I feel like I'm afraid to put falsies on sometimes because I'm scared that when I rip them off, like it's going to take my lashes off. So that's why I really work this into my lash line until the adhesive is broken down and I can get those lashes off without removing any of my own. So this, always. Then I use that. Then once my face makeup and my eye makeup was off, I went forward and I believe I did, what did I do toner first or mask? Okay, I definitely did masks because I wouldn't want to use the toner and close my pores before I'm putting a mask on. So I decided to try out the charcoal mask and the Turnaround Revitalizing Instant Facial. Since I have dry skin, I didn't want to use the charcoal mask everywhere because I was afraid that it would do a little bit too much drying, but I can sometimes get oily on my nose. I definitely needed some pore help on the sides of my nose, on my chin, on my forehead, and the center of my forehead. So that's where you're going to see I'm applying this mask to my face, pretty much just my T-zone, and then for the rest of my face, like my cheeks, my temples, around my lip, I use the Turnaround Revitalizing Mask. And I have to say, they both say to leave on for 5 minutes, and I wanted to see how it felt when they dried, and after 5 minutes I was ready to take them off too. Like, I think 5 minutes is the perfect amount of time to leave these on. They just got a little bit dry, a little crunchy, and then once I put the water on my face to rinse it off, they came right off. They left my face feeling smooth. The pore refining one definitely had a little bit of a tightening effect, which felt really nice, and the Turnaround Revitalizing felt more hydrating. So I think these two together are definitely a good combination for my skin. Face masks, I think that something like the charcoal mask I would only do maybe once a week. I can't use something like this all the time. Turnaround Revitalizing, and then the other one they sent me was Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. This to me is just like a leave-on moisturizer, and this I actually used last night, and I loved this because it doesn't stay too sticky, so I wasn't afraid to put my head on the pillow. But when I woke up and I rinsed my face, it was still a layer of it was still layering over my skin. Like, the second I hit water to my face, the mask came back, so I could tell that it had just coated my skin all night and hydrated. So something like these two, I could use every night. I'll do this every day. This I think is going to be my favorite, but I will get back to you on that. I know my skin definitely gets worse during the winter and fall season because the air is drier and my skin just goes shoop, all the moisture just goes right out. So those are going to be helpful for me. If you have dry skin, definitely the charcoal mask. That is for you. So then I went through and I used the clarifying lotion. This is the step 2 in the 3-step skincare, and this is for dry combination skin. So that is what this one was, and I just went through with a little cotton pad, just went like this with it, and I focused on the majority on my T-zone, and then whatever was left on the little cotton pad I just put on all over my skin. I don't think that I have enough to say about this yet. The feeling that it gave my skin was exactly the way a toner should feel. It definitely felt tightening. I don't know, it does say clarifying lotion, and it is for dry skin, so I want to try the dry one versus the oily one and see if the oily one really does dry out my skin, because then I'll know that the one that's recommended for dry skin isn't going to dry out my skin too much, or that the formula really is different. I would say that it left a cleaner feel on my skin, that little bit of a tingly feeling, kind of similar to the way I'd feel when I was using the Trader Joe's tea tree oil pads. That's a very, very tingly feeling, and that's just the reaction of the tea tree oil, but that's also a toner, so I'm assuming that's why this toner feels the same way. I'm going to be using this every day. So far, the Liquid Facial Soap Mild, the eye makeup remover, and this toner are all part of my every single day makeup routine. So this is what we're looking at. The reason that I used so many products is because I wanted to try them all out and be able to give you some sort of feedback, and then I will go in depth with how my skin is reacting to the selective products I chose. Okay, so next, now that we did toner, I need a moisturizer. So I decided to try out the Moisture Surge Hydrating Supercharged Concentrate, and this stuff is so cool. First of all, I love the way it looks, and it's kind of just like jelly. It's a gel, so when I applied it to my face, it did stay quite dewy, and it felt great. Also, yeah, it was this one. The smell of everything. The consistency is literally of gel. Like, it's just shiny gel, smooth. It just has a clean smell. Now that I think about it, I probably should have described the smell everything, but it's all pretty similar. It's nothing crazy. The charcoal mask has no exact smell that I could really define. Let's see. There was something that smelled really good to me. Let's see. This is, I will show you how. This is the overnight. It's just a light white color. And the consistency, it's very thick. Doesn't have a very identifiable smell either. Nothing that I didn't like. I guess that's really what's important. There was no smell that turned me off or that I didn't like, that bothered me. Okay, it was this. The Revitalizing, the Turnaround Revitalizing, this is what it looks like. It's just a light blue color. This stuff smells good. It's actually quite grainy now that I really feel it. Feels like there are little bits of exfoliant in it, just a little bit. It just smells clean, and I like anything that smells clean. I feel like sometimes things with too much fragrance just make me break out. I don't know. My sister has very sensitive skin. She breaks out to anything with fragrance in it. She can't even use detergent that smells nice. So I probably have a little bit of that in my skin. Oh, I forgot to mention headband. I love putting headbands on because if my hair is done like it is now and I'm going to wash my face, I hate when I get water in my hairline because I have so many baby hairs and they just like to crawl right up. So using a headband is always helpful. I even keep this, a couple of these in my skincare case, which is just a metal container. I leave all the stuff that I use in it. Just hair clips to hold my hair back. If I don't have a headband, I'll just take this hair, clip it right back, and do it on both sides. So that's another trick that I like to use. Lastly, I went in with the Acne Solutions Clinical Clearing Gel, which I have been hooked on. I love this stuff, and I do have to be careful because since my skin is so dry, on the back you can apply, it recommends you apply a thin layer all over your face, but because my skin isn't exactly acne prone and is quite dry, I use it as a spot treatment. I've talked about this before. I stand by it. And this I'm still using. You'll see in the clip that I just apply this to a few blemishes. My skin was like really struggling when I was filming. I don't know what's happening with my skin right now, but we're working on it. We're sticking to routine. So this you can count in as an everyday type thing, but it just depends on whether or not I'm having problem areas or not. And then lastly, something that I never have really done before, I've never really used eye creams, but this is the Clinique All About Eyes, reduces circles, puffs. And let's see, that's really all the information it says. I guess it's just as simple as an eye cream. This is what it looks like. And honestly, I think, alright, or just don't focus, it's fine. Well, it is exactly what I said it is. And the inside, you can see, it just looks like a moisturizer. It smells very good. Yep, this has it's another one of those that has a very clean smell that I really like. And it's kind of just sheer and light, which I could imagine makes sense for around the eye area. And I kind of just applied it to my under eye and on top of my lid. And that's really all I did. That's something I'm going to try to use every day. I've never had very, very puffy under eyes. But I do have some dark circles, so I'm going to work towards that. So every day, just to say one last time, I'm going to be using the cleanser, the toner, the moisturizer, and there are a couple. This is not the only one I like. I'm going to mix it up. Definitely between this one, the overnight one, any Clinique moisturizer that I have, I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit. The eye cream, and then if I'm wearing a lot of eye makeup, I definitely always go to take the day off. So that's every day. The masks I'm going to work towards. Anytime I have a night to myself that I'm not too busy and I have the time to throw this on for 5 minutes. The overnight moisture surge I'm always going to try to throw on. Maybe I'll even use this as my moisturizer sometimes. And then these two I'll try to get at once or twice a week, along with the Clarisonic. So that's really where I'm at. Another thing that I didn't mention is just how much I love the packaging of everything. Like, it's so pastel-y, and like I said, I just admire the clean smell, and like it's so evident that Clinique is not trying to sell their products through like very fancy, can I say one more time? I'm sorry. My head is everywhere. I'm overwhelmed by all these products. So, I like that they're not trying to use elaborate packaging in order to sell their, sell themselves, and also the smell isn't something, like, I know a lot of skincares that I've used, or even lotions, like it's always like extravagant smells and this and this and that, and their stuff is just clean, smelling, but it's working. And I've noticed that since I've been switching over and changing my skincare, my skin has been also changing too. It hasn't been as dry now that I've been really focused on using more moisturizers. And I was just talking and recommending someone products for their skin, and they said, I've been using blah 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 forever. That's the only cleanser I've been using. And it's worked, but now I'm noticing that my acne is coming in hot again. And I said, honestly, it could be something as simple as that your skin is just very used to the cleanser you've been using. You need to switch it up and use something different. I don't think you need a lot of products to keep good skincare. I'm using all these products because they're new to me, and I want to be able to try them out and recommend good ones to you guys. But if you have a good cleanser and a good moisturizer that's keeping your skin happy, that's all you need. Don't bother with anything else. I don't think there's anything wrong with minimalism when it comes to skincare. But that's really it for the new products that I've decided to try out. Overall, I'm happy with them, but I don't want to swear by them yet because it is way too early for that. Also, I should mention, right now I'm wearing 4 different products on my face. I'm using a Clinique eyeshadow palette, Clinique mascara, the Clinique foundation that they just sent me. It is amazing. It is so sheer, but so full coverage. I'm blown away. I literally barely even got any on my finger. I dotted it around and I just started spreading it, and it felt like, I don't even know what to compare, like the softest like cotton you've ever felt, or like there's some sort of fabric, like you touch it and your fingers just like glide over it. Maybe it's silk. I don't know what I'm saying, but it just went on so easy, so full coverage. And then I was like, maybe I should see if it's buildable, because even though my skin didn't necessarily need another layer, I was like, let's see how this turns out. And I put another 3 dots on my face, blended it out, and literally like an airbrush finish. I didn't even actually put highlighter on. I used the Moisture Surge underneath my foundation to give a dewy finish, and then I took a little bit of the lightest shade in the eyeshadow palette, which I'm going to list and show you guys swatches of, and I just dabbed it right here, like the tiniest bit, little on my nose. And then I also have on a Clinique lipstick, and I'm good with it. I'm good. I will use these 4 products forever. I'm loving it. So I'm definitely going to list those to you. The lipstick that I'm wearing is not matte. It's shiny finish, and I'm liking it because it's pretty similar to my own lip color. It's a little bit darker, but I feel like this look is very fall. If you guys want to see me do this look, or you want to see me use the eyeshadow palette, or you want to see the foundation before and after, let me know. I can always do that. I could throw up a post about it, or I can do a whole video tutorial on it, whatever you'd like. But as for this part 2 of the Clinique unboxing, I hope it helped that I was giving you my absolute first impression of these products. I'm going to keep working with them and keep giving it back to you, my feedback, and I hope you're loving it. Let me know what you want to see next. I know Halloween is coming up, so I'm definitely going to try to get up, you know, like some quick, easy DIY costume ideas. Let me know if you're interested in that, but I will see you guys soon. I guess that's it. See you next time.